Alright, Lancer, so the final DLC character for Bleach and Rebirth for Souls, Yhwach, is releasing later today. He's releasing so soon, pretty much only a month after each have been released. So with that in mind, I'm really hoping this isn't the final DLC character for this game, and we do potentially get a Season 2 later down the line. But what we have here right now is early access to the character before he does release later today. So we can use this video as an example of how the character is going to play, and also what does the animations look like, which for me is the most important part. Now, we have a quick look at the character's control guide here. Like with all DLC characters, there is a lot going on. He's a complicated character, but at the same time, a simple one. But what you're going to see right away is that his control level is 1 star. He's one of the few 1 stars in this game. But honestly, from what I've read thus far, it's almost the perfect way to add the almighty Yhwach into the game. So the way this character does work is that in the bottom left, you are going to see 9 empty slots. And the idea is that this character can't do anything. Like right now, I have no spiritual pressure attacks. I have no special flash attack. I have nothing. I can't even use my reverse action right now. I'm pressing LT and X. It's not activating. In a way, the character itself is sealed until you activate the Yhwach. Every time you activate the Yhwach, you then unlock one part of the character's kit. So he's a snowball type character. Early on, he's going to be relatively weak, but as the game goes on, especially if the game gets elongated because you can't kill Yhwach, then it starts to become a bit more difficult, similar to Aizen, but in like a completely different level. So with that, let's go ahead and activate the first Yhwach. Just a simple animation, and we unlock, what do we actually unlock? So upon doing that, we then unlock the ability to use a reverse action, which is fairly simple, nothing super crazy, right? Potentially extend the combo, maybe build up your spirit gauge to activate your awakening, because that's something, of course, you can also do. The awakening, when we get to it, doesn't seem super crazy. It kind of feels like it was just included because every character has to have an awakening. Again, the main thing about this character is going to be the Yhwach and also the gauge at the bottom. So once we activate our first Yhwach, and you build up your spiritual pressure once more, you'll then get to activate the Yhwach again for the second time. And at this point, what you do unlock is your special flash attack. So in this case, if you press triangle forward or Y forward, depending on your controller, it does have a animation where you kind of lunge at them. It can be very easily sidestepped if Ichigo was to do that. But this attack itself does actually let you combo into it. So once you grab the opponent, you can easily then start a combo, potentially use the reverse gauge. I don't think you can combo back into that with the another grabs, unfortunately, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. And I'm pretty sure this is, because again, this character is all about building the spiritual pressure meter to activate the Yhwach. So I'm pretty sure once you do land this, it potentially does give you some spiritual pressure back, because a lot of the attacks that he does have is going to do that. So at this point, once you do activate the Yhwach once more, your next effect is going to be his signature move. So at this point, he can finally start using his signature move. In this case, it is a slash, and this definitely does give you spiritual pressure back. And there's 2 ways to do it, but right now, when you activate the Yhwach for the 3rd time, it's just going to be a simple slash if you're up close, and then you gain some spiritual pressure. Now, while we are here, let's just quickly showcase some of the combos that the character does have. I actually do like that it starts off with him just using his normal blade, the one that pretty much fights against Yamamoto for the most part, right? Yhwach doesn't really use it. I mean, he does use the blade quite a lot, to be fair. But I like the idea that, you know, we have a technically Quincy character here using a blade. And with that, he also does have the Heirin Yaku as his flash step. Or ho-ho, meter, I believe what they call it. But animation-wise, he actually does look pretty cool. I like the finishing attacks he does have here when you do that, for example. So, another way to build the character's gauge at the bottom, I think they have a name for it. Let me actually double-check that. It's, Kaiser Gisang. I don't think I said that right. But if you do evolve, you also do gain an extra level to it. So that's another way to build it up. But real quick, while we are here, let's go ahead and see the very first Kiko move the character does have. Oh, nice. Like the zoom in, it's just a quick Quincy arrow. He does do that. Who did he do that to? I do remember the animation. It almost feels like one-to-one with the anime. I can't tell you exactly when he did that. Or maybe it's the Brave Souls artwork. It looks actually very similar. But I do like the zoom in. Again, a lot of Kikon animations is character animation more so than the actual attack itself. But when attack does go crazy, it looks pretty cool. So we might as well activate the awakening here. No reason to stall it. Sancto Bogan, I love this. And he gets the blade that unfortunately took out Yamamoto. I'm glad they included this part of the kit, because again, the whole thing with this character is the Almighty. That's expected. But I do like that this blade is getting a form in of itself, you know. Now, of course, once you do awaken, your animations, like always, become a bit more flashy. But like we said, we do unlock an extra meat or extra level in the Almighty gauge. I guess we can call it right now for the time being to keep it simple. So yeah, pretty cool animations. Now, once you do get the 4th level unlocked, what you then can do is a signature move, but a ranged attack. So remember, the first one is a slash that gains some spiritual pressure, right? His forward signature move is an arrow pretty much forward. But this does actually stun, where you can then combo into an attack, which is actually really cool. So you can do something like that. You can use your special flash attack right after. Decent damage for the most part. Because Yhwach is more so of a defensive character, so the fact that you can pull stuff off like that is actually really good. And it also just provides extra damage. So I do like that. So, again, right now, all we can really do is still continuously use the Yhwach to unlock more parts of the character's kit. So in this case, for the 5th time, what we are then going to unlock is Blood Venus. So his spiritual pressure move does have 3 different attacks, right? Again, you have the slash. You have the arrow, which you can combo, an offensive move, and then you also now have a defensive move. So if you press backwards and also B or circle, depending on your controller, you activate Blood Vein, which is the defensive attack. More so knocks them away. So if you know they're pressuring you, and maybe they just flash step behind you, and you predict it, you can use this attack to push them away, gain some distance. And you can see here too, when it comes to the Blood Vein that you can use, it does give invincibility frames. So once it starts, you're pretty much able to get a knockback and potentially, you know, save yourself from being comboed. But while we are here, let's go ahead and use our keycard animation to see if it does actually change. So the start of animation is a bit different. This right now looks to be the same. That takes 3. I think if we build up our gauge once more, the animation will change briefly. Either way, continuing on, let's Yhwach once more. In this case, what we now get access to at level 6 is his Kalkurais. If I said that right again, hopefully I did. So this is his special move number 1. In this case, it's actually a pretty good attack, which I believe you can use as a combo finisher. So use that. Just a bunch of Quincy blades, or not Quincy arrows more so, that spawn out of nowhere, regardless of the distance. So like if you're far away, it can also hit. So it's a super range attack. I'm liking the range factor this character does have, despite being a melee character, but it makes sense. Also, it's a pretty cool move too that he does use in the anime, specifically against Ichigo in episode 7, when Ichigo's going crazy, pretty much like we are seeing right now. Just a bunch of Quincy arrows, bows spawn in, and it does some pretty decent damage. So you're going to be more so using this as a combo finisher. Or if someone is playing super passive, maybe you can catch them off guard, use it when they're not expecting it. So we have activated sublimation. Let's go ahead and see what the animation looks like now, because it does have a different name. So I assume it's going to be... Ooh. Okay. Oh, it's the finger attack? Oh, wait. This is what he does to... What's his name? The Lloyd brother, right? That's how he kills him? That's kind of cool. I like that. So it's cool he does get a different animation for that. So, with that said, now let's once more activate the Yhwach. What exactly do we get now? Well, what you'll see here is that the character does have access to 2 different spiritual pressure attacks. So, like already stated, if you're standing still, LT and triangle, it activates Kalkurais. If you're moving forward while doing it, specifically forward by the way, you then can activate Sanct Altar. So you lunge forward, grab them, and I believe that's an attack he does against Ichibe. And we can't combo it, I think. I think you need to be... Yeah, I don't think you can combo this attack, unless I'm wrong. Maybe you can do a reverse gauge and then use it, just to get a free hit. The special thing about this, though, is that even though it uses spiritual pressure, right, again, let's just quickly reset. So let's do the reverse. We'll use the first one. It uses 50 spiritual pressure, but it does give us 25 spiritual pressure back, which is really good. Because, again, this character is all about using the Yhwach 9 times in a match. So, using a spiritual pressure move like this is actually pretty good because it doesn't punish you for using it. You're still getting spiritual pressure back to then use the Yhwach once more. After that, now let's activate it for the 8th time. What you then get is once more his first spiritual pressure move now as an additional attack. In this case, when you walk backwards, you get access to Zangto Swinger. Love that word. The original Yhwach in BBS had it. So it's a pretty crazy attack too, because look how much damage that does do, right? Then again, we are in sublimation, but it's pretty much almost half of Ichigo's HP bar, which is crazy. Can you combo it? I guess you could do this. That's not too bad, and it's very easy to pull off for a spiritual pressure move number 1, right? And it does stay here, kind of similar to the attack itself. It's like the perfect offense and defense attack. It has invincibility frames until it activates, which is crazy. And a very large hitbox. Does not leave a large opening, even if guarded. So this is quite a powerful attack. Makes sense for unlocking it after 8 Yhwach. But after that, just like in the anime, after 9 years, in this case 9 uses of the Yhwach, you activate the Almighty. We saw it in the trailer yesterday. It's super cool, but I'm not gonna lie. Love it, I love it. But love the animation. He has like a purple outline around him, you know, when he transforms. It looks like he's about to activate the Soul King form, but he just doesn't do that in this game. Unless there's some part of the character that I missed out on. This is the only thing I don't like about the unit, is that when you do activate the Almighty, right now at the very least, when I'm playing with the unit, you can't really tell. You really can't tell. It would have been really cool, though, if you do activate the Almighty, his actual visuals change and you get all the black effects from when, of course, he absorbed the Soul King. I mean, they gave Ichigo Honor Salvation, so it's quite surprising that they didn't. Now, in terms of animations, as expected, the animations are going to look a lot better. So you can see he becomes a super flashy character. Especially when you do that attack. That was really cool. He ain't even looking at Ichigo now. He ain't even looking at Ichigo. So, with that, we should get a different animation. Do we or do we not? Oh, damn. That's crazy. Yeah, we get the first person shot. His blades are on the floor, Ichigo. Oh, no. I do like that. I'm really liking the, oh, it's the quote soon. That's a quote that he does in the Soul King form, though. It's like, it's the BBS quote where, like, he says, I'll take everything from you, I think. Actually, I think he does it in the Ichibei 5. But that's a really cool animation, I will be honest. Now, that animation's also changed. What about any other attacks? Does this look flashier? Feel like it's a little bit longer. But this is when Yhwach becomes just significantly more powerful, especially the special part about him, right, is the Almighty effect. So what exactly do you get besides just being more powerful? So, in this case, once you do activate the Almighty, when you activate the reverse gauge, whether it's an offensive one, so yellow, orange, defensive, blue, or just white, you basically become invincible. So what we can do is activate the CPU, pull it to level 5. Watch this. Oh, he's transforming. He wants to go to full Honor Salvation. Okay, we'll allow it. Unfortunately, he's removing our OST, but it's okay. So we're going to get some low accurate Yhwach right here. Ichigo, attack me. Okay, he can grab. Never mind. What's going on? Have I done it wrong? Have I done it wrong? I think it needs to be a whole new attack. Yo, hello? So now if he attacks me, it should activate, right? Look at that. And we get a free combo. We get a free combo. What do you mean? That's so sick. And this reverse gauge lasts quite a while, so they're going to have to play super defensive. And with that too, what we just did is when we use the spiritual pressure move 2, which originally was the Yhwach, it basically gives him more reverse gauge to activate the Almighty effect. Like, that's so cool. That is so cool. No, I actually forgot to record this part because I kind of forgot it was in the character's kit. But this is actually the most important part once you do activate the Almighty, is that you actually do get to block a Hikon move. Now, that is crazy because Aizen can do that in the game. He's the only character that can do it. But some characters can actually just not be affected by it, lore-wise too, right? But the thing is, Aizen could do it early game. Once he transforms into his Hogaku form, it just can't be activated anymore. With Yhwach, he can do it late game, so this can be an absolute game changer. So once we do decide to use our Kiko move, what is it going to look like? Okay, so we have the Almighty coming up, right? Am I supposed to do something? Oh! Yo! Oh no! Oh, that's sick. That's sick. You can't like continue attack from there, but that is so cool. Let me see that again. One thing to review on, if for some reason you do this, obviously you won't be able to do this in an actual game, but you automatically activate the Almighty, and I assume the normal form, the Quincy like Spirit Blades, even if you don't awaken. So if for some reason you hold off your awakening, you still get the blue blade here. So maybe that's why you have that blue outline effect that covers him. More so to have an animation like this, because there can be a situation where you activate the Almighty and you still haven't activated your normal awakening, I guess. But does it just automatically happen? So let's go ahead and use Ichibe. Let's see it. So you get one free dodge. Oh my god. I love that effect. That's so cool. It's just like the anime. He looks terrified. That's so sick. I love Yhwach, man. They did it. They did him good. They did him good. And I think that's pretty much Yhwach, though, in a nutshell. So again, quite a snowball character. Someone that just wants to build up, unlock himself over time. I really do like the number 9 thing they have going with the character, right? I think it's a good way of making it an OP character. Quite low accurate in game. You know, you start off quite weak, making it fair for other characters to even dare attack Yhwach. And then after a while, when the game goes on, as he activates the Ausweilen, turns the table, and just becomes significantly more powerful. And this reverse gauge effect is actually quite powerful. Can definitely some crazy plays being pulled off with that. Again, the only thing I don't like about the character more so is the fact that we just don't see the Soul King form. Other than that, though, it's actually pretty cool. And again, if we have one more look at the character's Kiko animation, I do like at the very least here, in this case, using it as a first-person view, I think is the best way to go about it, because then you get to see the eyes. Again, Kiko animations in this game are very character acting. Character animations first, attack second in a way. And I don't think we've seen a first-person attack like that, so I really do like that. So yeah, honestly, right now, Yhwach looks to be a lot of fun. I'm liking the time I've had with this character thus far. Yet to obviously learn some of the combos that the character can pull off. Since it's only been an hour since I've had the character. But it's pretty cool. With that, actually, let me just check some of the animations that we can get once more. So let's get repeated attacks and then see the animation once more. We pretty much got UI in this game. Just appears behind Ichigo. That's kind of cool. And then if we guards, we can see his eyes like that. So that's actually pretty cool. So that's pretty much Yhwach in a nutshell. Quite, again, complicated character. Not really, to be fair. They do give him a 1-star, but it's just because you have to do so much to get actually the whole character's kit. But his kit actually do unlock the Kaiser Gisang. Again, hopefully I said that right. Does make him significantly better. And the Almighty effect itself is actually really cool. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about Yhwach in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.